That hurt. More verticality. Ding. Recording in progress. All right. Why are you frozen? Welcome to Straight Red Card. We are back for the show where we're going to create our very own Disneyland Magical Fairy World 26 that Berhalter should have taken to the World Cup, but he's not going to because, well, it's first of all our fantasy list. And in some cases, there's no way it can happen now because he hasn't kept Brooks in the fold. He hasn't kept Ream in the fold. He hasn't kept PFOC in the fold. So it's pretty obvious now that the only one guy out of that list of three that seems to have any chances at all might be PFOC. But that would be it. Because the other two guys, I think, are just not. Maybe Ream.
I feel like Ream and PFOC probably have about equal opportunity here.
I mean, if Ream just keeps doing what he's doing, and McKenzie's already proven he's a fucking lost cause, and CCV and
McKenzie's a weird case in the sense that during a game he'll have moments of quality, but then followed by boneheadedness.
Hey, you don't need any of that in the World Cup.
Fuck no.
I'd rather have Tim Ream there, who might be a step slower, but not much slower than McKenzie, and who knows what the fuck he's doing and plays on a Premier League team on which he is the captain of that team. So let's take a look.
I'm going to say this Pirates of the Caribbean font you picked is going to be tough for everybody to read.
That's okay. I'll read it for him.
I'm going to share the screen first.
I tried to stay in the Disney theme. Can we blow it up a little? I guess we can't. There we go. All right. So this is mine. I mean, we kind of talked about this so long that it's going to be similar to yours too.
Yeah, I was going to say there's not going to be a whole lot of mix and matching. I feel like there may be like a couple of arguing points, but even then, that's sort of splitting hairs.
No, this is my okay. Yeah, this is the 26. All right.
Yeah.
So this is who we would pick unless Brett can disagree at any point and say I wouldn't bring him.
We'll just start a goalkeeper and go there. We'll run down the list.
I'm leaving Stefan off. Turner, Horvath, and Johnson.
Unless Stefan comes out guns blazing for this next month, hits like 6, 7, 8 starts in a row where he does well. I'm fine with that too. Leaving him off, putting in Johnson because at least Johnson's playing and doing. And even though Johnson has a couple of bad matches here and there, he's leading the league in clean sheets. Or tied or somewhere in that range, at least.
I don't trust Stefan as far as I can throw him right now. With his back injuries, number one. And number two, he's not played very well for Burrow at all. He's been bad. He's been bad.
Injuries aside, let's just say that's a concern. And again, let's say he does come out and does play. My personal three goalkeepers here, he would be third in line still.
Okay.
So whether or not he's an injury concern will be neither here nor there since he's going to be sitting behind 90% or guaranteed to sit behind.
He's probably going to start for Berhalter.
Well, this isn't Berhalter's.
I know. I'm just saying.
This is our Disney World.
That's what's really going to happen.
Especially since he kept finding ways to throw Zach's name in there all the time.
Right back. I've got Dest, Yedlin, and more. No Reggie Cannon for me. So you think
Cannon worked his way off, huh?
I do. Well, in my opinion, I wouldn't take Cannon. I would take more. I think he offers more going forward. And if we really want to play three in the back, I think I have brought the center backs that will do it for us.
Yeah. No, I mean, when it comes to Moore and Cannon, I think it's really kind of splitting hairs at that point. I mean, they both have their good games, and then they both have blunders. So it's, I mean, you can make an argument for either, quite frankly.
But keep in mind, I'm playing a 4-2-3-1, so I picked this group for that fucking very purpose.
Okay.
Left back, I've got Jedi and Scally. Scally is an emergency backup to Jedi. Center back, I've got Zimmerman, Ream, Brooks, Richards, and CCV. Yes, I brought Ream and Brooks. Fuck you, Greg. And
that is, you definitely playing it. That is a very slow back line, by the way.
That's okay. I got Richards if I need him. And I'm not really necessarily going to play a high press all the time either.
I was going to say, you know what? Our center backs just don't get caught flat-footed.
Yeah, I think I'm going to play a mid press and a mid block. And I'm going to do more of a Jesse Marsh style, like in a second half sort of Jesse Marsh style, where he plays more of a mid block press, starting at the mid block, like allowing the other team center backs to have the ball and then shut off the midfield so they can't pass it to anybody. So
more or less what everybody does to us.
Yes, what everybody else does to us. Exactly. That's fucking straight up. I have the D pivot. So this is the defensive midfielder pivot. And I'm going to pick Adams, Musa, and Acosta for that section. But you could throw McKinney in there in a pinch. Like you could play Adams, McKinney at a pivot if you really had to. I think you could get away with that. For my wingers and midfielders, I got Pulisic, McKinney, Weah, Luca De La Torre, and Areola. Yes, I had to get 26, so Areola made the team. Then attacking mid, Reyna and Aronson. So you start Reyna or you start Aronson. You could start one game, start the other game, and have each of them come in for 20 minutes, 25 minutes at the end of each game. So you're constantly have a fresh attacking mid in the game. And then center forward, Sargent, Pfock, and Pepe. That's 26. So that's my Walt Disney World Cup roster.
So you don't want to include a Ferreira instead of a Pepe or Sargent in that sense?
No. I think Ferreira is superfluous is what he is. He's not necessary. Sargent can do everything that he can do. The Ferreira can do better even.
Remember the Sargent Venn diagrams.
Yes. I made that. If you go on to our Dropbox, you will find something called Venn diagram that I saved there. Post it up. There you go. Sargent swallows up Pepe and Ferreira. And they have smaller circles because they can do less. So that's
Sargent's just going nom 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 nom.
Yeah, it's not exactly a real Venn diagram, but
I feel like maybe Pepe would Ferreira may touch a little bit out of Sargent's box because Ferreira can play that kind of number 10 role like he did when Pepe was at FC Dallas.
I think that Sargent could do it and do it better if you asked him. I think Sargent's just.
It's possible. I mean, hell, he's played all over the fucking field for Bremen and Norwich.
Yep.
So why the fuck not?
Sargent's the ultimate flexible player. I think you could start him at center back and he'd do okay.
He is your ultimate team player, which can kind of hinder his growth as a whole. Which is why I'm stoked to seeing him scoring goals in the championship right now.
Yeah. I just think Pepe is a lesser Sargent.
Trades, master of none. Oh, yeah.
I think Pepe's a lesser Sargent, and I think Ferreira touches a little bit of what – that's why I've got him touching down there at the bottom. Can do a little bit of the same things, but in the end, Ferreira's even lesser of a player than Pepe, in my opinion. Just my opinion. So there we have it. There's the Walt Disney World Cup roster for a 4-2-3-1 or a 4-2-2-1-1. And we're going to show you those in the next episode where we break down our fantasy starting 11 for the World Cup in 2 different formations. All right, until the next time on the Straight Red Card, make sure you watch these shorter ones. It helps our algorithm. Make sure you like it, because if you don't like it, it's not helping us. It only helps us that you watched it, but like it.
You guys are killing it on the live streams, man. But our recorded videos, I know that of late our recorded videos have been practically live streams, but we're trying to cut back on that. Yeah,
we need to shove a few of these shorter ones up the proverbial tube. All right. We'll be back for the last episode of these sessions with our Fantasy 11. Good night. That hurt. More verticality. Recording in progress. All right.